All right, guys, today's video is section 4, soil improvements. This is part 3 to the series I'm doing to show you what I'm trying to do to these fall food plots to get my spring and summer in better shape. So I addressed some of the rock problems in here, although it is a small portion of what's wrong, because I still have plenty of rocks that I could pick and easily fill up several more buckets with no issue whatsoever. But at least I have improved the quality of the soil, and that will give more root space for these future plants and the plants that's already growing here. And I can already tell you right now, just after fertilizing it, it come a pouring rain and it's already grown again. I can tell just by looking at it, things are looking better. And that is a fast reaction. So I'm going to show you something else that has an even faster reaction, and that is boron. I know I've shown this once before. Boron is a very light-weighted trace mineral, and I think it's best for me to just keep showing the different stages that I'm doing and not go, well, I just kind of put something out here, but I didn't film it for you. But boron is the lifeblood for my food plot and a lot of plants, especially with poor soil. So you may have what looks like multiple soil issues, but it could be just the lack of boron causing a lot of problems. So I'm going to go over here and we're going to address this area I showed in the last video, and all I got's a fistful of this boron. So what am I going to look for is that color of clover that was extremely purple. There it is. All right, see the purple? I am going to address this. So not putting a lot out, and then I just simply wave it over and mist the food plot with this. It is very light. Too much of this will kill your food plot. I do not put out more than 3 pounds per acre. I keep it very light. Now, granted, if you have, as you start doing these soil improvement projects, you're probably going to realize that boron is probably the most difficult trace mineral to maintain properly in your soil. So even if you're not at the point to where you're fertilizing, with your typical P&K anymore, some of this may still be needed every now and then, because so many things can affect your boron levels, and that can range from drought, excessive heat, how you manage your soil. So if you're leaving a lot of open soil when it gets warm in the summer or late spring and summer, you're inviting the sun to cook and kill bacteria, and it can cause a multitude of problems down the road. So at least here I'm trying to address multiple problems in this food plot, and there's some areas here that I want to highlight, and that would be this spot here. I knew I was close to it. So we have boron shortage again. And if you notice how short this is, and see, I'm trying to keep my food plots from being short. Boron shows up in different ways in plants, so it's not just one way. And most of the time for wheats and oats, I have seen it turn purple before, but a lot of times it can be growth rates or how fast you see it growing for your deer, which can affect your tonnage output. So just simply applying this. Right here is a lot of clover, and it's kind of having a little bit of a difficult time taking off, and that is due to in parts of boron. So I'm going to come back and do a follow-up video and show you the effects of this stuff afterwards, and I'll tell you how many days it's been. I think that's a good way to see how fast some of this stuff reacts to it. And again, this can become what they call boron burn if you put too much of it out. And I have pushed the limits trying to test my soil before, and I definitely learned not to go over 3 pounds. So I'm just letting the wind push that. I mean, heck, this fertilizer's already helped, but this boron's about to help take it to a whole new level. Even this upper end really starting to grow now. And I didn't use that much fertilizer that I normally would have. But we're going to address this shortage, get things going. And I think I've probably repeated enough here. But at least now you can see what I am doing. Doesn't take long at all. Now, for those of you that have larger plots, you may have to come up with some other way to do it. Maybe mix it in your fertilizers, try to get it to attach that way, and then spread it. My uncle, when I was helping him up the rates of his hay field, he ordered boron, but it was water soluble, and he sprayed it over his hay field, and it worked. So there's different methods to get it done. So I'm going to stop here so I don't bore you to death, and we'll come back and see how this pans out. Should notice a jolt. Probably will fill out quite a bit faster. The clover should explode, and we're off to the races after that. So have a good one, guys.